David Dobrik exposed. This guy's got exposed so badly at this point. He needs to make a video addressing the situation. And I'm talking about his close friend, or who was a close friend of his, Jeff Wittek, who had the unfortunate crane injury that messed up his eye. And he has absolutely gone in on David Dobrik, and rightfully so. If everything he's saying is the truth, he needs to let it out. He needs to let people know, because it's a scumbag thing to do from David Dobrik if it is true. And the fact that David hasn't addressed it, or none of his friends have sort of addressed it, and no one has been able to prove him wrong. And the amount of evidence that he has, because he said that he can release the footage and it will be released. He should absolutely do it, because he was holding himself back all this time, because David was his friend, and David sort of helped him with his career, right? So he sort of owes something to David. However, when you're in a life-threatening situation and your friend screws you over, every friendship or whatever he has done for you goes out of the window. Because this guy, he didn't try to kill him, but there must have been a sort of moment in David's head where he was like, if this dude gets injured, that's getting a lot of views. If this dude gets injured, this video is probably going to go viral. How do I make it look like it was accidental from my point of view, so that it seems like another accident? Because most of David's videos before, not now anymore, but before, they were very high-paced, right? He's uploading 3 times a week. They're so high-paced. And 4 minutes and 20 seconds, his videos are basically people being drunk, jumping on tables and breaking shit, and just messed up kind of stuff. So in terms of you see with Logan Paul, he was uploading every day, right? And it got to him to the point where when you're uploading every day and 6 million to 10 million people are watching your videos, you don't want to let them down, and there's sort of a pressure, right? If I upload a video with 6 million views, my next video, I don't want it to be 5 million. I want it to stay at 6 million. So that the number gets to your head, and you're like, how do I do the next crazy thing so that I'm always on the media, I'm always talked about, I'm always trending, and my videos are everywhere, right? And you're basically competing with other YouTubers. So you're like, crazy is crazy, and crazy gets attention in the YouTube world. But in the long term, it doesn't work out, because we saw with Logan Paul what happened. The Japan situation, right? But Logan Paul has changed in terms of his content. Him as a person, he's more, I would say, humble, especially after the fight with KSI, where, his character has sort of changed, and, he has moved on. However, with David, the shit that he's done, what Jeff is talking about, wasn't him on camera. Because everything bad about Logan Paul during his situation was on camera. But this guy, yes, he got in the, drama for that video with Dirty Dom and that girl who did not give permission or whatever like that. And so David, he calmed down, and he doesn't upload as often anymore, which is better for his mental health and the mental health of the people around him. But he's still doing shady stuff to Jeff, where he's not paying for the bills. First of all, you almost killed your friend, and you're not going to pay his bills for the hospital. The bit of the crane was for your vlog, for David's vlog, and David is refusing to pay the hospital bills. It was for David's video. David is the one who profits from it. I know he doesn't make much money from his videos, but in terms of his image and his brand, his videos are important. They help him sell arenas, sell merchandise, right? The more views he gets, SeatGeek and all those companies that sponsored him, because of the amount of views he got. And so he was using Jeff for a bit, and Jeff almost died, and you're not going to pay his hospital bills. I would recommend that all of you go watch that video and let me know your point of view, because it is horrifying for a person to do that and to be so selfish with how he was reacting to the situation where Jeff's eye was bleeding. David walks past him and just deletes the footage in a computer and doesn't check up on him. And Jeff tried to make David look good by showing the footage of David with him, them doing skydiving and David apologizing and all that. Jeff was doing that to help him while Jeff was suffering, and David didn't care. It was more about how he looked in the media, whereas he was sort of like, okay, let me delete all the evidence there is about me, and then Jeff doesn't have any proof, but Jeff has bits and bits in his of footage with him, and I hope he exposes David Dobrik, because you've almost killed the person. He ruined Jeff's mental health, depression, all that hits you when your eye is not working and you're going to the hospital constantly. You cannot do things that you normally would, and you don't check up. Wasn't his friends, are all David's friends just pieces of tools for certain videos, and once you're not in the videos, you're useless to him anymore, like a chess piece, and when your soldier gets taken out, you throw him to the side, because it doesn't make any sense that a person like this, because like, I know that David made a mistake with the Dirty Dom incident and the woman, but I always felt like David was a decent guy, because I was a fan and I watched his podcast, and he just seems like a really genuine guy, like a calm guy, like he's chill to be around, he's a fun guy, good to have conversation with. But what Jeff has said, Jeff knows him better than all of us, because Jeff was with him, and for him to do that, it seems so out of character. Like, David seemed like a very genuine, caring guy, where he would constantly check up on you. But the fact that is his whole personality on YouTube made up? I know he's extra goofy, and I know he's obviously not exact like that on camera. Everyone amplifies their character a bit more on camera to be more interesting, but in his podcast, he just seems really calm. He seems a good guy, and he's just made a mistake with his videos, and that's what happens when you're on that high pace of uploading 3 times a week. But to be like this off camera and still be like this, like, how bad of a person is he? Please watch Jeff's video and let me know your opinion, because it is absolutely messed up. It is so bad what he said. Like, if you watch it, you will feel frustrated, because how can a person do that? Like, even if there's someone I don't like, right, and let's say I didn't even put him in a near-death situation, I didn't put him in one, he got in that situation on his own, and I was not involved, I would still check up on him, even though he's a guy I hate, just to know that he's okay. The fact that David was responsible for it and still doesn't check up on him and doesn't pay his bills, that's so messed up. You cannot do shit like that anymore, and everything comes out to the media. Like, you can only hide it for so long, right? I guess David thought that, oh, Jeff is not going to say much, Jeff is not that type of guy, he has to do it. When I found this out and watched the video, I was like, why didn't he say this sooner? Like, I wanted to know this way sooner than now, because at that moment he should have exposed. Now people are going to be like, oh, you waited so long, you're just cloud chasing. He isn't cloud chasing. Jeff doesn't really care about cloud. Yeah, he has his own crew, he doesn't depend on David anymore. So, like, yes, he's more of a free man now, and obviously those bills are hurting him, which the hospital bills. He might be making money, but he has his employees, he has people that he has to pay, and then his hospital bills that you're in charge of. And then David would make jokes about it. The guy almost died, and he's in a video call with Kourtney Kardashian, and he's saying, oh, look at this, my friend, he did something stupid, and like, you're inflicting the blame on him when you were responsible for it. It was your vlog, and he made it seem like Jeff did it. Jeff wanted to do it, but David begged him to do it. So being such an asshole is so messed up, especially to your friend. Even to a stranger, if a stranger gets near the situation, you're going to check up on him. You're going to be like, hey, are you good? Or like, get his information. Hey, man,